see brothers and brothers fighting for money and property. Sisters, brothers, fathers, children. Look at our Prophet ﷺ. 1400 years ago he said, I don't fear that you guys will do shirk, assign partners to Allah. But my fear is you will envy your brother and your sister for worldly things. When they have these worldly accomplishments, you will envy it.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever He wills. And whomsoever is given wisdom is certainly given a lot of good. Only the people of understanding will benefit from the reminder. Tune in to Alhikmat TV for khutbahs, lectures, and Islamic reminders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah, all praises are due to Allahu Allah. All praises are due to Allahu Allah. Allahu 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 Allah. Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you would like to dedicate copies of one of these publications as Sadaqah Jariyah, continuous blessings for your parents or dear ones who have passed away, or fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, please give us a call so we can place your names on these dedicated publications. You can call us at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit us at www.alhikmat.com.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator of all races. Allahu, 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 Allah.
Alhikmat Dawah Services is offering a 10-day tour to Dubai in India from October 14th to October 24th, visiting holy sites, Taj Mahal, and many other historic sites. Departure will be from Miami, Florida. Total cost will be $3,000 with flight, hotel, and breakfast. Visa processing fees are not included. If you are interested in this tour, please contact Alhikmat Dawah Services at USA office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad office at 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com. Alhikmat Dawah Services is offering a Ramadan Umrah trip visiting Medina and Mecca on May 11th to May 20th, 2019. Group will be led by Shaikh Shafayat with an approximate cost of $24.95 per person, departing from Miami, Florida, inshallah. If you are interested in this package, please contact Alhikmat Dawah Services at USA office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad office 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
Since 9/11, there has been a great fear of Islam.
We need Muslims, I always say, to speak up in this country.
Much of our Islamic community is perceived to be insular.
Most Americans have never met a Muslim or are not aware of having met a Muslim.
Most people don't have enough education in terms of what the entirety of Islam represents.
It's very easy to hate someone or to put stereotypes on people that you've never interacted with.
But do you think if Muslims were more integrated in society, in America, in the United States of America, then there would have been less anti-Muslim scenario?
I think it's even more important that our clergy speak up. They are, after all, the moral force in our community.
You see, the Islam that is celebrated is one which opens its doors.
Having this type of dialogue in terms of a community outreach, or
Something that Muslims have to do is go out just like you do and inviting non-Muslims to the iftar. And you do a lot of speaking to mixed groups.
We have to change the language from us versus them to a language of we.
I believe that if we can stand together against the forces of hatred and be unified in this country, then we can do wonderful things.
Bringing us together to enhance the beauty of humankind.
I think religion can be such a powerful force for unity.
Of course.
We've made it into this powerful force for disunity.
Keep trying to understand each other and care for each other and keep building a world community, because I believe that's what God wants for us all.
And I'm in their mosques and they're in my temple, and it's been a phenomenal experience. I've had a very warm and welcoming experience from all the brothers and sisters in the community.
That every human being is either your brother in faith or brother in humanity.
In Arabic, the word is lita'arafu, so that you will learn to understand one another.
And this is the truth of what it should be. You see, this is why I am so pleased to come here today, to support the work of Alhikmat.
The kind of intolerance and the violence that we see across the globe is rooted in ignorance, which we can overcome by teaching.
Yes.
Also
yes.
rooted in fear, which we can overcome by experiencing, where we can actually live in each other's presence. You know, it's rooted in this myopic kind of my way only, rather than this understanding that maybe all of us have more in common, and at the core of who we are is this truly global family that we belong to.
I'd like to say what a joy and pleasure it is to have Shaikh Shafayat as my friend, as my teacher, as my co-worker in the vineyard of Allah, God, where we work together to make this world a better place, to do God's work, to do the work which we are commanded to do as human beings.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Global Issues. It is indeed a pleasure and honor to have with us in Alhikmat studio Reverend Lynda Pantoja.
Yes.
Did I get that correct?
You did.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you with us, and for viewers out there, it is a pleasure to have someone of a very deep interfaith background, interfaith ministry, Reverend Lynda Pantoja. So again, welcome to the show, Global Issues, and we're going to talk a lot about interfaith today, because interfaith is a very important international global issue. So stay tuned to Alhikmat TV 24/7 online, and let's hear and learn a little bit about the experience from Reverend Lynda and her interfaith experiences.
Thank
you. So once more, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about, well, there's so many things I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
On your interfaith background, interfaith ministry, how you became a reverend of interfaith. When you become a reverend or an interfaith minister, what is expected from you, what you guys do, what kind of services you do. But before we get into all of that, as we were talking before we went on the show,
yes,
tell us a little bit about your background. Are you originally from Florida, the USA?
I'm an Army brat.
Oh, Army.
Yes, so my parents were both Puerto Ricans, but my father enlisted in the U.S. Army when he was very young. So I was actually born in Washington State. However, when my dad retired, they went back to Puerto Rico, which is home. So I was raised there for half of my life, or more than that, actually. So I moved to Florida just 7 years ago. The rest of my life, since 4th grade, I was in Puerto Rico, and I consider myself Puerto Rican.
So in your resume, or in your, when we were going through your name and your background, we see that you're a human resources manager.
Yes.
So what, who, where, what company, what do you do, where is this, what's the name, etc.?
Yes, I work for a company by the name of Goddard Catering Group, and this company basically offers or caters meals to different airlines. Our presence is limited to the Caribbean and South and Central America. So we're in 22 countries throughout the Caribbean and Latin America.
And this office is based in America?
Our office, the office I work from, is right here in Sheridan, Florida. But it's only 14 people there, and all we do is provide support to these 22 countries.
And you serve or manage the 22 countries in Central Central and South America and the Caribbean.
Correct, from the HR perspective.
From the HR perspective,
Yes.
wow, because you're talking of a lot of workers there, employees.
We have about 6,000 employees right now that we support. Obviously, I don't have one-on-ones with each of them. However, problems or opportunities and good news that arise from this organization of 6,000 people, yes.
So are you guys always traveling to the Caribbean to see how things are running, to see the workers, or do you do personal interviews with them across there?
Yes, so I am considered a road warrior, if you will, and that means that I'm traveling 50 to 75% of my time to these different countries. And basically when I'm there, I'm hands-on. I'm talking to each employee, as many as possible. Of course, the work must go on. And then I look into HR matters and conduct HR audits. And
So by now you're probably speaking Patois and Spanish and French and Creole and all these languages.
when I'm there, I kind of gather a couple words here and now.
No, but that's very brilliant. I think that is so very interesting, so phenomenal, so unique that you have that experience of working with people.
Yes.
And understanding people. Human resources is a very powerful field.
It is. It is.
Especially in this area with a great diversity of different cultures, different faiths, understanding people. Because you got to understand someone to be able to agree to hire them and to see if they can work with you. So you got to look at the whole modus operandi of that person.
Yes, absolutely. And that is precisely one of the most fulfilling aspects of my job, and I feel I'm blessed because of it. And it's the opportunity to learn about other people and share with them and celebrate any local activities that they have. It's truly very fulfilling.
Yeah, that's interesting because, I mean, hiring someone is one thing. You look at the degree and the paperwork.
Yes.
But then looking at the person and getting the know-how of that person to see if that person can represent your company, it's a whole different thing. You got to meet them, you got to see them, you got to communicate with them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, being a person who traveled to so many countries in Central America and South America and the Caribbean, I'm from Trinidad.
Okay.
Originally, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. So have you visited Trinidad?
I have, yes. Wonderful country.
What do you think of Trinidad?
Wonderful country.
Well, you know, this show is also aired in Trinidad and in the Caribbean. So,
Excellent.
of course, I know you'll say good things about Trinidad, but be honest, you tell me, what do you think of Trinidad?
I love Trinidad, and the first time I visited was back in year 2000, 2001.
What do you think about the people?
Just outstanding people, very, very educated. My experience was they are, or you are, because you are from there too, very dedicated, very educated, very polite, very attentive and courteous. So my experience in Trinidad is always very welcoming, the people in our country.
When I was young and I did some statistics, I think I remember Trinidad being between 95 and over of literacy.
Yes, yes, it is. So actually back in 2001, it was a project for a different company that I worked at, and we hired 20 professionals from Trinidad.
So what company was that?
That was Kmart Corporation.
You know, I always heard about Kmart coming to Trinidad. I did hear about that. So whatever happened? It didn't come? Did it come and go? It never came? What?
Unfortunately, the company back then had to file bankruptcy a year and a half after we started the Trinidad project. Eventually, the company did recover, however, didn't go back to their plans with Trinidad. But we were able to hire the 20 managers, and they actually worked in Puerto Rico for 6 months.
What you mean
20
the managers, the 20 Trinidadians
yes,
had to get training in Puerto Rico?
Yes, that was part of it. So after the 6
Small world,
months,
You know, we always heard about this Kmart. how authentic it was, how true it was. Some people knew. I mean, I didn't really know much about it, but now hearing from you, I learned today that it's authentic, that
Yes.
Kmart was going to Trinidad.
Yes, we had plans for 5 stores.
Wow.
And actually the first one in Trin City.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is that
Have you
right
been
up
to
there?
the Trin City Mall?
Yes. The location where Kmart was going to be is it a hardware? I think it's a hardware store now.
Yeah, there's
I
Trin
think
City. It's a
some
mall.
of-
It's a
yes.
mall, and they got a variety of
Mhm.
stores and
Yeah.
businesses there.
Yeah, but the actual place where the first Kmart was going to be built is, I believe it's a hardware store right now.
Right now.
So that particular store, the plan was that it was going to sell $100 million US on the first year.
Wow, that was
So-
the kind of estimate in Trinidad.
Yes, so that's why we were looking at 20 managers, because typically a Kmart store will run, or at least back then, with
So
5
technically
or 6.
speaking, Kmart did their homework. They understood that Trinidad will bring a lot of sales and a lot of money.
Yes, absolutely.
Trinidadians do spend a lot. I mean, I don't know if they need to spend so much, but they do spend a lot.
Yes, yes.
Wow. So I know the word bankruptcy is a very technical term, and people use that in a very smart,
Mhm.
intellectual way. Because, I mean, I don't know if I'm correct, but you hear people talk about President Trump filing bankruptcy,
Mhm.
but yet he's a multi-billionaire.
Exactly.
So Kmart, these are the little financial technicalities in the world of dollars and cents and money.
Mhm.
So a person can file bankruptcy, but not necessarily be bankrupt.
That is true.
That's interesting.
Yes.
You have a man like President Trump, if I'm correct, and we heard of him filing bankruptcy
Several times,
several times in certain aspects of his businesses. And today he's the president of the most powerful democratic country in the world, powerful, America, and he's a multi-billionaire.
Yes.
So in Kmart, filing bankruptcy, I'm sure Kmart did not go bankrupt because, so what did they do after?
Eventually, they recovered. So they took some drastic measures, such
Mhm.
as not continuing the Trinidad project. And throughout the years, there was this one investor that trusted the possible recovery of the icon. Kmart is an American icon.
Of
or
course,
was.
Kmart, yeah.
So
Kmart is it? Kmart was it?
Yes. So eventually Kmart recovered, and as a matter of fact, later on bought Sears.
Wow. And as the saying goes, it should have been Sears buying out Kmart.
Yes.
But Kmart bought out Sears.
Correct.
Wow. You see what money can do?
Yes, yes, yes.
So a lot of things that you see out there is not exactly what it really is. They are much more behind.
Yes.
Meaning, all that glitters are not gold. So could you imagine that Kmart bought out Sears? I'm sure a lot of people don't know that if they don't research it.
Yes.
So with your background, your business, your career, I want to believe that enhance your interfaith relationship.
Absolutely.
What really led you to become an interfaith minister, a reverend? Because
Yes.
here you're in human resources. You're going to the Caribbean, Central America, South America, where people normally lose their religion.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sure you saw the kind of life there.
Mhm.
People can lose their faith in those islands.
Yes.
It's all about beach and fun and wine and dine and party and here you are, human resources manager, and now you got into this interfaith ministry work. What motivated you to get into interfaith? And interfaith is a very global issue. That's why we are talking this on a global issue show on Alhikmat TV.
Yes. So actually, Interfaith came as a response to something inside of me since my childhood, where I thought that there could be peace and love throughout the entire world. We couldn't see it, but I truly believed it was possible. However, if you stop within one particular religion, sometimes that could limit your exposure to doing work that can impact more people in the world and spreading that word and love. That love in the world. So basically, when I found out about Interfaith ministry, I said, this is it. This is what I was looking for.
You mean Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary? Or just generally Interfaith?
Yes, just Interfaith in general. And actually, it happens to be that I learned about it through a Sacred Journey Interfaith. I didn't know that there was such thing as
So how did you come to
Interfaith.
know about Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary, this school or Interfaith seminary?
One of the founders and deans, Reverend Dr. Lori Cardona, was my spiritual director. And through her, when they first started in 2014.
So under what faith was that? When you say spiritual director, that's
yes.
before you got into the Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary.
Yes, as I mentioned, I've been feeling this call into
for spirituality
since I was young. I was my upbringing was Catholic.
Okay.
And I did when I was young, in my teenage years and early 20s maybe, I did a lot of work for Catholicism in my local church and community, just with the intention of serving and knowing that my work was an extension of God's love for people. So through that, my interest in serving more people grew. Unfortunately, there was a period in my life where I actually dismissed all religion from my life just because I was not happy with what was happening. At least in my experience.
And I think I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You mean the man-made aspects of religion.
Correct.
You were looking for godliness, spirituality, and in the man-made laws around religion, that probably were very frustrating.
Thank you for clarifying. That's
No, because
exactly
when I talk to a lot of people in my interfaith experience, I've been around in interfaith for almost 40 years now. So I sense that a lot from people. There are a lot of people who tell me they're turned away from religion, but really and truly they're very godly.
Yes.
And they're very spiritually conscious. They got a better heart, they believe in God more than people who are in the church.
Yes.
Or in the temple or in the mosque or the synagogue. And then, in my conversations with them, I learned and have realized that they're really seeking peace, God, the pleasure of God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Spirituality, connection to God. And then they see a lot of people in religious institutions and religions, people who are in religions and call themselves religious, are very materialistic, are very much surrounded around the church, not God.
Correct.
But it's as though they worship the church, the building, the position, the people. They do things around building and materialistic and physical structure as opposed to God, which is the purpose of the church.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
God is the purpose of the church or the mosque or the synagogue or the temple.
Should be. Yeah.
It should be, and that's the purpose. That was designed for them to be able, as a means to connect, where they go and pray and do their services and bring people together. So when you said that, I totally understood what you said.
Yes. I guess a modern phrase for that is, I am spiritual, not religious, right?
Wow, yeah.
We find that a lot.
Yeah.
So I think I was in that scenario when I met Reverend Lori. So when I start with Reverend Dr. Lori Cardona, I'm seeking for a place for my soul, a place for my spirit to rejoice and do something more than what I was doing at the time. And through her, I learned about Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary. And when she
So were you already involved in human resources at that time?
Yes. I've been in human resources for 30 years.
30 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
I suppose I can get a job if I need a job with you now. In one of these human resources company that you invite. I'm just kidding.
We'll have to check your qualifications.
Yes, of course, no problem.
Yes, so then when she explained to me what it was and what it entailed, I saw the light. I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to go, and I started the program.
Because when I listened to your speech at the graduation ceremony, I'm like, wow, this is very deep. Because, you know, I mean, I listened to the depth and the presentation and the contents, and I was like, and this is very interesting. You know, it was not just like about theology and real religious part of interfaith, but I saw it being very humankind, your message and your deliverance, and it was very welcoming to the people of the world, and tolerance and understanding. I think that was very deep, and I'm trying to do the connection here for the benefit of our viewers. You know, we got viewers worldwide, east, west, north, south, you know, wherever it is. People listen to us from India to the Caribbean, north, south, all over. So your connection with human resources and people, it's interesting that some people, you know, you really benefited from that experience of people and the feelings and working with people and the spiritual connection. So you have created a real bond there, your spiritual connection and your human resources connection.
Yes, actually, you're right on point. I believe the work that I do allows me to, it's part of my ministry if I think about it.
Yes, yes.
Just because I try to leave people better than how I found them, if at all possible. Obviously, when you have to terminate someone, maybe it's not that better.
I know.
But
it could be heartbreaking.
Yes. Other than those type of scenarios in general, I just try to focus on seeing the light in each individual and allowing them to shine and find ways to express love in one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, you know, we have already been speaking for more than 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. So we got to go on a short break.
Okay.
But when we come back, you know, for the benefit of our viewers out there and for myself, I really find this very interesting because this is a bond I don't normally see in people that I interview and talk and meet throughout the world. You know, there are a lot of people who preach and talk God and religion in the church. And when I say church, I mean mosque, temple, synagogue. I'm just using that word church for the general English point of view. But they don't have connection with people. And I think it's a blessing from God that you have that interfaith spirituality, but and you are, in all realistic and practicality, you are connected with human and the humans and the humankind, because you are a person of offering human resources. That's a deep word, you know. Serving human beings and all human resources, connection with spirituality, that's like grounding it off.
Yes.
So when we come back, I would like to hear from you again for the benefit of our audience and people worldwide there, a little bit about your involvement as a minister now of interfaith in community services. What is expected from you as a minister, an interfaith minister, as a reverend of interfaith, and things like, you know, what our people out there and our viewers should benefit from and learn about tolerance, because I'm sure you're a person who deal with all kind of people. Listen, Central America and South America and the Caribbean really got a diversity here.
Yes.
If people think America got a diversity, America may have numbers in diversity, but many of the people who come to America, they come to America because of materialistic things, money, opportunities, job, degree. But in the Caribbean, people live in an integrated form. Have you noticed that?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, here you may have a batch of people living in one territory, another in another. But in the South America, Central America, and the Caribbean, you really find that melting pot that we didn't have in America many years ago. It's now becoming that. People had that very racial, segregated kind of mentality here. So you do have that. And I think with your interfaith experience, I'd like to share a little bit of your interfaith, your human resources connections to our viewers and worldwide as to how people need to learn to better understand other people, tolerate other people, understanding, tolerance, because that's a very important thing. That's a global issue.
Yes.
That's what we on the show here, Global Issue on Alhikmat TV. So viewers out there, when we come back, we're going to get into that understanding and tolerance aspect with Reverend Lynda, who is a human resources manager with thousands of people, and her degree and graduation as an interfaith minister. So stay tuned, inshallah, God willing.
Alhikmat Dawah Services is offering a 10-day tour to Dubai in India from October 14th to October 24th, visiting holy sites, Taj Mahal, and many other historic sites. Departure will be from Miami, Florida. Total cost will be $3,000 with flight, hotel, and breakfast. Visa processing fees are not included. If you are interested in this tour, please contact Alhikmat Dawah Services at USA office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad office at 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com. Alhikmat Dawah Services is offering a Ramadan Umrah trip visiting Medina and Mecca on May 11th to May 20th, 2019. Group will be led by Shaikh Shafayat with an approximate cost of $24.95 per person, departing from Miami, Florida, inshallah. If you are interested in this package, please contact Alhikmat Dawah Services at USA office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad office 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
We're praying Salah, right? Where you see brothers and brothers fighting for money and property, sisters, brothers, fathers, children. Look at our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. 1400 years ago he said, I don't fear that you guys will do shirk, assign partners to Allah, but my fear is you will envy your brother and your sister for worldly things. When they have these worldly accomplishments, you will envy it.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever He wills. And whomsoever is given wisdom is certainly given a lot of good. Only the people of understanding will benefit from the reminder. Tune in to Alhikmat TV for khutbahs, lectures, and Islamic reminders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator. Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah. All praises are due to Allahu, Allah. All praises are due to Allahu, Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you would like to dedicate copies of one of these publications as Sadaqah Jariyah, continuous blessings for your parents or dear ones who have passed away, or fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, please give us a call so we can place your names on these dedicated publications. You can call us at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit us at www.alhikmat.com.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator of all races. Allahu, 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 Allah.
Welcome back to Global Issues on Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. Indeed, it is a pleasure to have with us in Alhikmat studio Reverend Lynda Pantoja.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, I got it correct this time. So it's a pleasure, and I hope that our viewers, well, I'm sure our viewers, before we went on the break, would have benefited a lot from your experience and your religious experience, interfaith experience, human resources experience. And I wanted to find out from you, with your experience and your spiritual connection,
now that you have graduated from Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary, which I like very much. I mean, I really do like it very much. You know, hence when Dr. Gray spoke to me and Dr. Laurie spoke to me the very first time and introduced me to it, I was totally impressed. Totally. And I was even more impressed after I heard your deliverance at that graduation. I'm like, wow, this is very interesting. I'm so happy to be part of this.
Thank you for your support.
In this interfaith program that you guys do, what do you guys really do in this? What is this course about? How it goes about? So our viewers there, if there's anyone who is interested in joining this ministry, becoming an interfaith minister or leader, what do you really do? How is it? How many years? What's the cost? Where is it? You know what I mean?
Yes. So before I go into the details of the curriculum in Sacred Journey, I think I would start with explaining what an interfaith minister is expected to do. And basically, or what is an interfaith minister? And an interfaith minister is just an ordained person of faith who seeks to promote understanding, love, peace, harmony between all people.
And when you say ordained, I'll have to cut you for the benefit of our audience and our viewers out there. How do you get ordained? Because, you know, in some religions, they don't necessarily ordain. They just go or whatever. What basically is that?
The ordination ceremony
is what we did at the ceremony.
What we did at the graduation ceremony. So basically we receive the approval and authorization and blessing of our spiritual leaders to go on and move.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So continue.
So we, as an interfaith minister, we would be promoting and seeking to promote that understanding, harmony, peace among all peoples, highlighting, emphasizing the universal truths of all world religions and faiths. There's so much that is common in these faith paths throughout the universe, and unfortunately we sometimes put more focus on what we don't have in common.
So basically you're saying if a person wants to get involved in this interfaith ministry or any interfaith ministry, they should have inside of them inculcated that love for universal connection, humankind, tolerance, understanding, you know, betterment for people, having that ability to want to work with other people of different races, different faiths, different cultures.
Correct. A Course in Miracles. Have you heard about A Course in Miracles? That New Thought movement. They have, or it says, a universal theology is not possible. However, a universal experience is not only possible, but necessary.
Wow.
And that is exactly why I joined, or I wanted to pursue my ministry under an interfaith, if you will, hat.
I really like that statement.
Yes.
It is not only possible, but it's necessary.
Necessary.
You know, in the Holy Quran, in chapter 49, verse 13, God Almighty tells us that He's the one who has created people, males, females, human beings, different tribes, different nations, like different races. In another chapter, chapter 30, verse 22, he speaks about different colors, created people in different colors, different languages. So in general, what God is saying here in the Quran, exactly what you just said about universal, He's the one who has created all these people.
Yes.
Whatever races, color, religion, beliefs, wherever they are, they were created. And He's telling us, lita'arafu, there's an Arabic word meaning, so we should better understand each other, come to know one another, understand one another, create that. What was the statement you said? That you should universally make the effort to understand everybody.
Understanding and harmony.
That's what the Quran is saying.
Amen.
Establish that understanding, that harmony, not detest people.
Correct. Correct. So with that in mind, Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary helps us get there, right? Get to that understanding and equips us to promote this message of inclusiveness and universality. So it's two full years, over 200 hours of instructional and experiential and interactive experiences. So the first year is mainly around the actual wisdom of the world religions. We study religions from the East, from the West. All major world religions are studied. Who founded them? What's the doctrine? And what are the rituals and beliefs, etc. And part of the experiential aspect of the program is that we actually go and visit and participate of different services.
Oh, so you just don't only study the theological aspect of it, you go and have the experience of these different faiths.
Yes. And
wow.
Through,
that is very deep.
Through you, actually, the class has been able to visit here.
Thank you.
And learn that aspect as well. So
you know, you're talking to me and something passed through my mind. It has nothing to do with your seminary, but as it passed through my mind, I had to share it with you.
Okay.
I hope it's not boring talking to me.
No.
And do you know why I ask you that? Because you're a human resources person with all these thousands of workers. You're accustomed interviewing people, and here today I'm interviewing you.
Yes.
So you're accustomed questioning people and asking them to get to the point. Why I ask you that? Because here I am beating you around the bush, and we are going from here today. Because when you interview people on a specific job and matter, it's like, get to the point. This is what we're talking about. And I'm sure a lot of people will beat around and jump around to try to impress you so they can get the job. And here I'm doing just the opposite. As you were talking, it's in my mind. How would you feel that here you're on the opposite side now? But this is about religion. And I suppose that's where your experience came.
Yes.
In dealing with people.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, so you guys went to all these different places.
Yes.
Met all these different religious people.
Ashrams, mosques, synagogues, temples. Yes, and we joined the congregations or communities in all these places, and we danced with them, and we kneeled with them, we prostrated with them.
Oh, so you joined the prayer services also.
Yes.
You had a first-hand experience.
Absolutely, yes. Which was very enriching.
So tell me something. What do you recommend, and what would you say to our viewers worldwide there about interfaith and how people, because there are a lot of people who are very closed-minded, live in a closed shop. How should they interact? I mean, even if they are not becoming a reverend, they're not becoming a Reverend Lynda or getting into a seminary. Yeah, you're a Christian, you're a Hindu. Okay, you got a wide level. You're a Hindu, you're Buddhist, you're a Muslim, you're Jewish, whatever faith you are. You go to church, you go to work, you go to a synagogue, your temple, you come back home. What would you say to people like that? I don't care which faith they belong to, and how they should interact with their neighbors, their co-workers, the people around them as a interfaith minister. What is your advice?
Yes. I would say kindness. Kindness is love in action, is the way love works. And when we are with other people, we need to remember that we are the same. We are made equal, and we just have different thoughts or beliefs. It's okay. We must respect and tolerate each other so that we can live in a more peaceful place. Love is all we need, and love, one way to express it is being kind every day in every action. Mother Teresa said and invited us, do all things, small things, big things, all things, with great love. And if we can do that every day in every of our interactions, we would be contributing to a better world.
And being a reverend in an interfaith ministry and being part of human resources and human services, what would you recommend to them and how they must be proactive or be creative in connecting to their people of other faiths and races? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, yes, it's good to respond. Someone is there, you sit, hi, how you doing? What are you? Okay, that happens sort of. In an aircraft, you travel a lot, right?
Yes.
You sit next to people, if you don't say hi, how are you? Nobody says anything, a lot of people. They're like, sometimes I wonder, are they robots?
Yes.
Are they statues? People sit like this.
When you jump in an elevator, everyone is like.
And I'm like, it is so sad.
Yes.
It is so sad. It is so, you got to be, creative in a conversation. How do you recommend to these people? They are of different faiths. As an interfaith minister, you see what I'm saying? Not just tolerate now, not just understanding, but how do you make that connection? Don't wait to be connected, but how do you connect? I think that's the problem. Nobody's going out there to connect.
Yes, we need to educate ourselves. And I think that's one of the beauties of Alhikmat services.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you very much.
It's the wisdom that you are imparting about educating everyone around Islam. And we each have the responsibility to educate ourselves.
And do you know that's one of the purpose of this show? To let the world better understand each other. When I mean the world, when I say the world, I'm generally mean the people in the world.
Yes.
To kind of learn to understand people. Open up your minds. Don't wait for someone to knock your door. Don't wait for someone to knock your door. You make the first step towards meeting people, knowing people. While politicians might be an interesting people that do not, they ask you for your vote before election, as they said, the famous saying, they shake your hands before election, and after election, they shake your confidence. But you know what I like about it? They knock your doors. You see?
Yes.
In wanting to connect, to let you know who we are, who I am, they connect, they knock doors, they campaign, they meet people. Well, I'm not saying every religious person must campaign, but what I'm saying, we should find some way to connect.
Yes.
Let people know that we are one people of God.
Yes. The Interfaith founders, a rabbi and a swami, I can't remember their names right now, their philosophy was never instead of, always in addition to. So that promotes not dismissing what others have to say or contribute, but include it. So it's never instead of, it's always in addition to. And to your point about connecting as a way to expand our knowledge, I would add, in addition to that, I would say, after making that connection, let's listen to understand, not listen to reply.
Wow.
Listen to understand.
That's powerful. That's very deep.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, we have really gone beyond our time. We have fought 5-10 minutes beyond time.
Okay.
But it was very interesting. And I had to ask you that question. I know you were there
Yes.
calling people, interviewing people, questioning people.
Yes.
And here I'm questioning you because I'm so interested in knowing and want our viewers there to know about your faith, your ministry, your connections. I mean, just to let our viewers there know and to let you know, I have already spoken to the directors of SJIS, Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary, because we train people to be imams, like what you will call Muslim leaders. And we are on the verge of getting this interfaith, whatever, ministry established with our Islamic leadership courses. Your interfaith ministry, that you have just graduated from with our Imam leadership, Islamic leadership connection. So our Imams who train with us and leaders will now have an interfaith training.
Wonderful.
And can be ordained as an interfaith leader. So you will be an Imam or a Muslim leader who can interact and connect with people of different faiths.
Awesome.
Also knowing and understanding the other faiths. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, wonderful.
So very soon we'll be launching that, and pray for us that we get through and everything works out, because that's a need in the Muslim world. I do accept that. A lot of the people need to know more about other faiths and other religions and other cultures as we communicate and we connect with people. Global issues, the globe is getting smaller. I mean, it's getting larger with the population, but the connection, we are coming closer physically, but it seems as though we are going further, morally, ethically, and with love.
Yes.
So we need to keep that bond back again. You got a second or two to conclude whatever you would like to say to our viewers.
Well, thank you, and may the blessings and peace of God be with all of you.
Thank you very much. Again, it was a pleasure talking to Dr. and Reverend Lynda.
Not Dr.
Patoha.
yet.
Okay, Reverend.
Not doctor.
Reverend Pantoha, and I hope I got that correct again. And she is a human resources manager with thousands of workers. And it is a pleasure, it was a pleasure, and it will always be a pleasure to have her in Alhikmat studio and with you viewers out there worldwide on Alhikmat TV. Thank you very much again, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Since 9/11, there has been a great fear of Islam.
We need Muslims, I always say, to speak up in this country.
Much of our Islamic community is perceived to be insular.
Most Americans have never met a Muslim or are not aware of having met a Muslim.
Most people don't have enough education in terms of what the entirety of Islam represents.
It's very easy to hate someone or to put stereotypes on people that you've never interacted with.
But do you think if Muslims were more integrated in society, in America, in the United States of America, then there would have been less anti-Muslim scenario?
I think it's even more important that our clergy speak up. They are, after all, the moral force in our community.
You see, the Islam that is celebrated is one which opens its doors.
Having this type of dialogue in terms of a community outreach, or
something that Muslims have to do is go out just like you do and inviting non-Muslims to the iftar. That and you do a lot of speaking to mixed groups.
We have to change the language from us versus them to a language of we.
I believe that if we can stand together against the forces of hatred and be unified in this country, then we can do wonderful things.
Bringing us together to enhance the beauty of humankind.
I think religion can be such a powerful force for unity.
Of course.
We've made it into this powerful force for disunity.
Keep trying to understand each other and care for each other and keep building a world community, because I believe that that's what God wants for us all.
And I'm in their mosques and they're in my temple, and it's been a phenomenal experience. I've had a very warm and welcoming experience from all the brothers and sisters in the community.
That every human being is either your brother in faith or brother in humanity.
In Arabic, the word is lita'arafu, so that you will learn to understand one another.
And this is the truth of what it should be. You see, this is why I am so pleased to come here today, to support the work of Alhikmat.
The kind of intolerance and the violence that we see across the globe is rooted in ignorance, which we can overcome by teaching.
Yes.
Also rooted in fear, which we can overcome by experiencing, where we can actually live in each other's presence. You know, it's rooted in this myopic kind of my way only, rather than this understanding that maybe all of us have more in common, and at the core of who we are is this truly global family that we belong to.
I'd like to say what a joy and pleasure it is to have Shaikh Shafayat as my friend, as my teacher, as my co-worker in the vineyard of Allah, God, where we work together to make this world a better place, to do God's work, to do the work which we are commanded to do as human beings.
All praises are due to Allahu, Allah. All praises are due to Allahu, Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. If you would like to dedicate copies of one of these publications as Sadaqah Jariyah, continuous blessings for your parents or dear ones who have passed away, or fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, please give us a call so we can place your names on these dedicated publications. You can call us at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit us at www.alhikmat.com.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator of all races. Allahu, 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 Allah.
Salam alayka, ya Habib.
Bounty Kings, Bounty Castles presents brand new luxury castles for all events. You can contact us at telephone number 749-4342, or you can also email us at bountykings1@gmail.com. A-Class Glamour presents to you wholesaling and retailing of premium lines of cosmetics for all skin types, designer jewelry, and many accessories. Brands include ColourPop, Maybelline, Revlon Professional, Urban Decay, Sephora, and many more. To get a hold of these products, you can call Sadiq Khan at 345-5824 or Amira Khan at 759-6089. You can also visit our Facebook page at A-Class Glamour to follow for newly released lines of products. Alhikmat Dawah Services is offering a 10-day tour to Dubai and India from October 14th to October 24th, visiting holy sites, Taj Mahal, and many other historic sites. Departure will be from Miami, Florida. Total cost will be $3,000 with flight, hotel, and breakfast. Visa processing fees are not included. If you are interested in this tour, please contact Alhikmat Dawah Services at USA office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad office at 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com. Alhikmat Dawah Services is offering a Ramadan Umrah trip visiting Medina and Mecca on May 11th to May 20th, 2019. Group will be led by Shaikh Shafayat with an approximate cost of $24.95 per person, departing from Miami, Florida, inshallah. If you are interested in this package, please contact Alhikmat Dawah Services at USA office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad office 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
Truly he is the one, he has no father or son.